Hi, Aloha. I'm Mariana, and this class is going to be devoted to the word Aloha. I'm going to explain to you what Aloha means. As you know, or maybe as you've heard in movies or the like, Aloha is a word used to say hello. But just like Namaste, like many other words from the spiritual practices, Aloha has a very deep meaning. It's not only hello, but it also means goodbye, and it means I love you. And among all the things that it also refers to, Aloha is a state of mind. And Hawaiian people believe that this state of mind, Aloha, can be achieved not only by Hawaiians and not only by people who practice Ho'oponopono, the traditional Ho'oponopono in Hawaii, but by any person in the world. So not only native speakers and not only natives from Hawaii can practice Aloha, but every person in the world can actually achieve Aloha. So what does Aloha mean? I'm going to devote a few minutes to explain to you the meaning of every letter, because Aloha has a very, very complex meaning, because each letter refers to something important, and it's all connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this. Hope you can still hear me. I have to juggle the microphone, and we're going to erase all the rest of the alohas. So I can write down the meaning of it. We're going to erase just a few alohas. We're going to leave some as a way of blessing. We're going to leave some of them. And I hope you can start practicing, and I hope you can start reflecting upon Ho'oponopono. We would really like for you to tell us how you're doing, if you're liking this course, if you're enjoying the classes. If there is anything that it's not very clear, please let us know, because we would do our best to explain it better. So let's start with the first letter of Aloha, A, which is, the pronunciation is Ao. A means light. You will have all this in a special section of material that is available for you to download, but I would still like to explain, so that it's clear for you. A means light, and it has to do with truth. According to Ho'oponopono, each thing that we do has to do towards light. Remember that Ho'oponopono is also associated with sunflowers. I think we talked about this before. And why sunflowers? Because these are the flowers that move towards the light, and that's what we human beings do. All our actions have to be directed towards the light. So light, it refers to this very important question: does my behavior lead me towards light or towards the earth? Does it help me to reach enlightenment, or does it in a way doom me to a very simple, concrete reality? Remember that Ho'oponopono is a spiritual art of healing. So which means light, it has to do with light, but in terms of achievement. Everything that we do, we must do it with these thoughts in our mind, that we do it in order to achieve enlightenment, to achieve a kind of spiritual fulfilling. So remember then that this beginning of aloha, which is light, has to do with, does this thing I'm doing help me to reach the light? Will it help others to reach the light? Will it help not others, but us together, other people and myself included? Will it help all of us to reach some kind of enlightenment? Will it help us to expand our awareness? So that's the first letter of aloha, light. Another thing before we pass on to the next letter is that a is also ho, a. Remember that ho from oponopono means right and correct, to make things right. So in this case, it means right time and right place for light. What does this mean? It means that everything that we do is choice. And sometimes we say things and we do things not in the right time and not in the right place. Sometimes we say things that are not appropriate for the person that is next to us or in front of us or wherever, and in a place that is not appropriate. So remember that in order to reach enlightenment, in order to be closer to the light, we need to remember that every decision that we make has to consider, am I doing this in the right time and the right place? Am I doing this to help others reach the light? Does this thing I'm doing, is it right? Am I doing it at the right moment? So that's the whole meaning of the first letter A, aloha. Okay, next letter, letter L. It's L because it comes from lokahi, which means oneness. I'm sorry about the handwriting. Well, holding the microphone and writing at the same time is too much for me. So, oneness. We said a little bit in the previous letter. We talked about the others and me, we together arriving to the light, reaching enlightenment. So this word oneness, this means that everything that we do, we have to consider that the other person, the people that are around me, are not separate from myself. So it's all in one. We are all one. We are all the same. The other person is nothing but a reflection of my own emotions. This means that we talked about this. We talked about vibrations before. So remember, if you're vibrating in a very, let's say, not negative, but low, with low vibration, with low emotions, with emotions which have low vibration, then that is what we're going to attract to our lives. So it's all part of me. I am projecting my own vibrations into the universe, and that is what I'm getting in return. That's what I'm attracting to me. So this means that everything that surrounds me is part of me. This is the feeling and the meaning of oneness, that everything that is around me is part of me. We are all one. So if I want a peaceful world, like many other masters have said before, many spiritual guidances, they have talked about this. If I want a peaceful world, then I have to be a peaceful person. If I want a non-violent world, then I have to be a non-violent person. It doesn't work in another word. Sorry. It doesn't work differently. If I want a peaceful environment and I'm yelling at my kids and I'm yelling at my co-workers and I'm yelling at my partner or getting angry, then I'm not going to live in a peaceful world. It's as simple as that, and we make it sometimes more complex than it is, but it's not. It's because everything is one, all is one, and everything is inside. So if I really want a peaceful world, if I really want to reach the light, if I want others to reach the light with me, because we are all together, we are all one, then I have to start with myself. Aloha. Okay, let's pass on to the next letter, which is O, and this comes from, this is a bit strange for non-Hawaiian, it's Oyayo, which means truth. Okay, truth. I would like for you to think for a few minutes if you are truthful. Do you speak the truth? Are you truthful? Just today, think about your day today. All the things you've done, all the things you've said, the interactions with other people. Have you been truthful? Have you acted with truth in everything you've said and everything you've done? I would like to say that I really hope you do. You have. But the truth is that most of us don't. We say things that we don't mean. Sometimes we are too polite. We are polite because we want to reach a certain goal, and that is not acting towards truth. That's not acting with truth. That's just trying to reach a material goal, and that is not going to help us achieve light, and that is not being one with other people. That's not being all in one. That's just what I want, and that has to do with ego. Why? Because within ego we find this longing for material goals, which is not bad. We all need things. We need a house, we need clothes, we need food. We need things in order to survive, and that is perfectly fine. We are all living in a material reality, and we need material things to survive. But what I mean by ego is that sometimes we don't act truthfully, and we want something, and we manipulate our words and somebody else's emotions in order to get something. And that's completely opposite to aloha, to this state of mind which will help you reach the light, which will help you erase memories. On the contrary, we are creating more memories, because hurting others is hurting ourselves. Remember, oneness. If everything that surrounds me is part of me, then I have to be truthful with myself first, and then with the rest of the world. So there was a very simple exercise that Louise Hay recommended and suggested, and which we're going to share now with you at this moment, because we think it's aloha. It's a very, very simple exercise, and try to do it if you can. Every morning when you wake up and you go to the toilet, you go to your bathroom, whatever, look in the mirror and express your love to yourself. Don't look at any gray hairs, any wrinkles, any pimples, anything. Just look at yourself as a whole, as one, not as separate things that you don't like, but as a whole. And try to express your love to that which you see, to your own face. Try to say it from the heart. And if it doesn't come easy, then at least say it. Okay, just say it. Practice saying it. Say, I love you. I really, really love you. I love you today. And you are cherished. Because this will help you reach truth. We need to express what we mean and what we think with complete honesty. First towards ourselves and then towards others. Remember that words, thoughts are vibrations, and that is what we are giving the universe and what the universe will give us in return. So if we are truthful, if we act with truth and honesty, which is a very elevated vibration, then high vibrations will reach us. So truth, aloha. Okay, next letter, which is the H. It's ha. This one is a bit longer. And this letter, this ha, means to be humble. So if we are humble, we act with truth, we become one with the others, we can reach the light. It's as simple as that. We still have one more letter, which is, I think, the one that encompasses all the rest. But this is very, very important, because being humble means letting go of the ego that sometimes drives our lives. And we all have ego. We all have things to learn and to keep on adjusting in order to live a better life, let's say, and to reach the light. But remember that if you are humble and if you can share with others your truth and your light, then that's what will come back to you. So remember that each letter has to do with the previous one. If you think about it, being humble means to avoid these thoughts of I'm better than you, I know more than you do, which puts me in a different level than you. A very cherished person to me, which is my Reiki master. He once mentioned, we are all in a completely different level of evolution, level of awareness and level of evolution. We are all sharing our experiences together, but we are all in different levels of growing, of growth, of learning. And I cannot, this means that I'm not better than you, and I'm not better than any other. I'm just different because I have my own path of growing, my own path of learning, and my own experiences from which I need to learn, which could be similar to yours or completely different. But that is completely non-important. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that I am humble in this path of learning that I am going through, that I can go following each step with each step laden with truth, and that this path that I'm doing, that I am walking, will help me get together with everything that surrounds me, because that will get me to that light, to that enlightenment stage of awareness and growth. So remember that we are very accustomed to thinking that we are better than others. Even at the job, we get paid more if we have more experience, and if we know more, and if we have a certain let's say we reached a certain point or a certain responsibilities. But that has nothing to do with personality. That has absolutely nothing to do with our spiritual growth. Remember that we are always surrounded by our ego and our memories that tell us that we are better than others, that we know more, that we know less, that we've grown more than others. And the truth is that each one of us is in this earth to learn something in particular, and we are all completely different and unique, and that's what makes the whole experience incredible, because we have so many teachers. At this moment, I'm learning to do all this with you. I can have all this knowledge and I put it into practice every day. I try, I truthfully try every day to connect more and more with myself, but I'm also learning at this point many other things. So try to put these things into practice, and we're going to go now to the last letter of Aloha. Okay, last but not least, the last A is Aloha. The last A stands for Aloha, and it means absolute, true love. Absolute true love. So everything that we do, remember to do it with the specific behavior that leads you towards the light. Remember that we are all connected, that you are connected to everything that surrounds you. So you need to be truthful and humble, because that is connected to true love. So I could say many things, and I could get emotional. So this is the meaning of Aloha. Every time that you say Aloha, that you say Aloha to another person, or even to yourself, every time you write it down on a notebook, every time you repeat it in your mind, like a mantra, every time that you whisper it, be that in your job, at work, or on the bus, or in your car, wherever you are, every time that you repeat Aloha, you are trying to connect yourself to all the things that surround you. You're trying to be more truthful. You're trying to let go of ego and to be humble. You're trying to reach a path that leads you towards the light, and you can feel absolute true love. This course that we've created, we've done it with this state of mind, in this state of mind, and to share this state of mind with you. We would really we have fun doing the classes. I had fun. This is all new to me, but I'm really grateful for this opportunity to do it. Both Pablo and I are very proud of this course, and also proud of you to have reached this goal, to have the opportunity to share all this with you, to share Aloha with you, because you and I are the same. We are together in this path towards the light, and we are together because we need to erase memories of past lives, of family emotions that are still in the present for us, and that sometimes creates conflict in our lives. So we are all walking together, even if we don't know each other. This is a way of knowing each other, because you and I are the same. So with all my love, I hope that you have the best day today, and that you can repeat this word as many times as you need. And remember that with all my light, I'm being completely truthful and honest. I'm being completely humble. I thank you for being here, and I love you. Aloha.
Did you like this video? Don't forget to leave us a comment, like it and subscribe to this channel.